XRP price would need to reach $983 to erase US debt, as Russia warns of a crypto cloud reset. Ripple. Discussions about the potential for crypto assets like XRP to help alleviate the national debt of the United States are gaining traction again. This follows recent remarks from an advisor to Russian President Vladimir Putin concerning the US's supposed hidden agenda with its expansive crypto support. On September 6, Putin's advisor, Anton Kubyakov, argued during a press conference that the United States is rewriting the rules of the gold and crypto markets to address declining global trust in the dollar. He suggested that Washington could eventually move portions of its debt into stablecoins and cryptocurrencies, devalue it, and restart from scratch. Kubyakov likened this approach to U.S. financial resets of the 1930s and 1970s, saying they seem to be effectively pushing the world into a crypto cloud to reset the financial system. For context, the U.S. national debt has crossed $35 trillion. This has raised questions about how Washington might attempt to manage its obligations in a shifting global financial landscape. With digital assets increasingly entering policy discussions, speculation has emerged about cryptocurrencies playing a role in a systemic reset. Against this backdrop, figures within the XRP community are running the numbers. Pompeius, a widely followed commentator, evaluated the potential price XRP would need to reach to address the U.S. national debt. This suggestion comes amid XRP's U.S. origin and the fact that Ripple holds a large trove of the asset in escrow. Some commentators see the escrow serving the purpose of a reserve or helping the U.S. clear its debt in the scenario where the U.S. officially adopts XRP as a strategic reserve. Notably, Ripple still holds around 35.6 billion XRP in escrow, which represents a massive pool of potential liquidity. If they hypothetically applied this escrow to U.S. debt, the break-even price for XRP would be $983 per token. At that level, the 35.6 billion XRP supply under Ripple's control could theoretically wipe away the entire $35 trillion debt burden. At today's market price of $3.03, that represents a climb of more than 32,347%. Meanwhile, Pompeius added that this calculation is just the first tier of XRP's potential. At $983, XRP could theoretically neutralize U.S. debt. He added that at $10,000, XRP could serve as liquidity for CBDCs and foreign exchange markets. At $100,000, it could underpin securities and capital markets, and beyond $1 million, it could anchor assets tied to biometric and genomic identity systems being tested on the XRPL. Pompeius argues that this kind of repricing wouldn't happen gradually, but rather overnight if a global liquidity reset forced sovereigns and institutions to adopt the XRPL rails at scale. He claimed XRP is the ideal asset for adoption, as Bitcoin is too slow and energy-intensive. He added that Ethereum, on the other hand, is fragmented and too costly. To Pompeius, XRP is the only neutral alternative for this level of adoption. Notably, this perspective is highly speculative, and many do not share this level of optimism about XRP's global adoption potential. Some even believe Bitcoin stands a better chance than XRP. 1/10,000th of a $1 mil dollar BTC equals $100 XRP. 1/1000th equals $1,000 XRP. We know XRP is going to 3 digits, but will it outperform BTC for times more than its highest ever 0.002 on the XRP? BTC chart equals $960 XRP. Time will tell. Utility could gives it the edge. Give it. If you're young and own XRP, I envy you.